Hey guys, it's Angel Arts. Believe it or not, it is currently past 2 o'clock in the morning, and I should be in bed right now, but I can't sleep. Why can I not sleep? Because I've been spending the last couple of hours watching nothing but Dragon Age 3, or excuse me, Dragon Age Inquisition videos and reading up on Dragon Age articles with my handy-dandy Game Informer magazine that came out very recently. So I've had an influx of Dragon Age Inquisition stuff going on, and there's a lot to absorb. And I just felt like I can't go to bed until I talk about some of the stuff that I've been seeing about the game because I'm very excited. And there's a lot of things that the game in general looks so good, and I am excited that it's not being released until September 2014. Now that might sound really weird to some of you because, you know, if you love a game, if you love a series as much as I do, like the Dragon Age series or the Mass Effect series, or just in general, if you really are anxious for a game, you want it to come as quickly as possible, as soon as possible. But that's not necessarily the best thing for the game, as we have seen in certain things like Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 is pretty much rushed out. We all know it. BioWare knows it. And we could tell. I mean, if you've never played the game or seen the game, but you've seen my LP, I've already started pointing out those kind of things. Whether or not you're upset at BioWare, or whether or not you're upset at EA, I personally am more upset about EA than I am to BioWare, because I think, in my mind, I think EA was the one who dictated and decided Origins was so great, so we want to cash into this, you know, into this franchise ASAP, bring out Dragon Age 2 like as soon as you can, so that we can take advantage of the fame, of the popularity and success of Dragon Age Origins. And it ended up biting EA in the butt because BioWare was only given a certain amount of time to push out Dragon Age 2, thus it wasn't as good as Dragon Age Origins. I think Origins took them, I don't know if it took them as much as 7 years, maybe that's a little too much, but they definitely took a few years, at least, definitely more than one, to make Dragon Age Origins, and it showed that they spent a lot of time on that game, because it was an amazing game. And then there are a lot of things about Dragon Age 2 that I love, and yes, I do like Dragon Age Origins more than Dragon Age 2, but I don't hate Dragon Age 2. I just think that for the time that BioWare was given, you know, they did the best they could for the time, the limited time that they were given. So, although a lot of people, I'm sure, were upset that Dragon Age Inquisition was not going to be coming out at the end of this year, which is what the original rumors were saying, I'm ecstatic that it's not coming out until 2014 or fall 2014, because that means they have time to give this game the time and energy that it deserves. So thank you, BioWare, for, you know, being able to give us, you know, being able to give us the amount of time that you believe this game truly needs in order for it to become just successful, as if not more, than Dragon Age Origins. So that's, you know, what I wanted to say about the release date. As you know, I'm currently in the middle of my Dragon Age 2 LP, because I'm trying to get that ready for when I play Dragon Age Inquisition blind. Because I have yet to be able to play, unfortunately, I have yet to be able to play a Dragon Age game blind. but I still wanted to LP them so that when I finally do get to Inquisition, you guys already know the history of not only my Warden and my Hawk, but also the history of the choices that I made along the way in making Ferelden the state of Thedas, the state of what Thedas is. So that was very important to me. Yeah, there's been a lot of awesome information that I'm excited about. One thing that I know immediately interested me was the fact that BioWare was bringing back races. I when I play fantasy games, I know a lot of people pick human. Historically, a lot of people, I think most people do choose human through Dragon Age 1 and Dragon Age 2. And that makes sense because, I mean, we are human, so I guess because we are humans, I guess a lot of people have a tendency to pick humans. But I'm the exact opposite. If I play a fantasy game where I can be another race, human is going to be the last race that I would want to pick because I already am one. I want to be able to try to embody a character that is not like me. I mean, certain aspects, like personality-wise, I would probably take from me. But yeah, I mean, I think definitely a person's race is something that I think fascinates me a lot, especially considering how there's so much history and culture amongst each of the individual races. The elves and the dwarves in particular, like dwarves with their whole caste system and all that, and I've ranted a lot about how I feel about the dwarven caste system, but that's what makes them an interesting race to play, and that actually doesn't deter me from playing a dwarf, because I think it would be great for me to play a dwarf, for example, who doesn't particularly care for the caste system that is in place. And then, of course, elves. I love elves because, traditionally in classic, I guess, literature, like in Tolkien, elves tend to be the higher races. Dare I say they tend to have a little bit of a superiority complex. And in Dragon Age Origins, what I found most fascinating is that they're the exact opposite. And I love that. And I love the fact that when you're playing an elf, you're playing the underdog, and that's great. And I guess that's one of the reasons why elves really appeal to me, and why I ended up making Angelus an elf in Dragon Age Origins. So anyway, the fact that they're bringing the races back, I think, is a very smart move on BioWare. And again, they specifically said, I believe in one of the videos that I was watching. All of these videos, by the way, I'm watching are on the Game Informer channel. As well as, videos of the trailer, which I saw a while ago, and other things like that. Gamescom, I watched the trailer for Gamescom too, so I'll be talking about bits and pieces of all of that in this video. This is all going to be Dragon Age. For those of you who are big fans of the Dragon Age series, I'm actually wearing, in honor, my dragon shirt. It's not exactly... It's an Asian dragon, but that's okay. It's close enough. So, I don't know if they're bringing back Origins necessarily. Origins really, even more so than the race, the Origins was my favorite part of Dragon Age, or one of my favorite part of the Dragon Age Origins, because it really made your character unique. And I think it really helped me get more attached. I felt more attached to Angelus than my Hawk. Or my Warden in general, not just Angelus, but Wardens in general I feel more attached to because that origin story, I think, just spoke very deeply to me, and not just one, but every single one. Every single one was so unique and defined a lot about who you were and your background and your roots and where you came from, and I think it helped me get into the mindset of how I would RP this character as we went through the story. So, I think that there might be some sort of a Mass Effect 1 Shepard-like background origin thing that you would just choose at the beginning, is what I'm guessing. Depending on, maybe it would be nice if maybe depending on what race and what class you got, there were different choices of what you could pick as your background or origins story. But yeah, I am kind of doubtful that they'll bring that back, even though I would like them to, because I feel like they're trying to pack so much into this story, and I think that based on the reviews that I've been hearing, they're trying to throw you in as the Inquisitor right away, from the beginning, so that you can build your Inquisition up from the ground up, I guess. But we'll see how that goes, how that ends up working out. The other thing that I thought was really interesting of BioWare is that even though they're trying to make the game more open world, I should preface this by saying that I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not a huge open world game kind of person. Like, I enjoyed Fallout. I would never play it a second time. I played Skyrim for as many hours as I was willing to play Skyrim, and then once I got bored of it, which was within a couple weeks, once I got bored of Skyrim, I just beat it, and I never went back. I never got any of the DLCs. It's not that I'm aware why people love open world games, because people love to explore, they like to run into things and, you know, find out something is happening somewhere and they want to, you know, learn more about it. I understand the appeal to that. However, for me, I find that games that have an open world I guess, format, their stories don't end up being nearly as deep, because they can't be nearly as deep, because, you know, in order to tell a really rich story, it doesn't have to be linear per se, but there's a planned narrative all throughout, and it's very challenging to do that if you can just go anywhere you want at any time. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying it's really hard. And I have yet to see any open world game that has a rich enough story for me to be satisfied for me to be satisfied to actually complete the game of everything. I mean, I can be a completionist, but, you know, there's only so much exploring that would keep me, you know, entertained before I just get bored of it. Like, I want to get back to the story. I want to get back to the plot. I don't want to get back to wandering around looking for the plot. I want to get the plot in a reasonable amount of time, and because otherwise I just lose interest. So I'm happy that BioWare is trying to cater a little bit more towards the people who are more into open worlds, but I'm also glad that they are stressing, Mr. Laidlaw stressed that, you know, what makes Dragon Age is the deep story and the characters and the relationship you have with those characters. Those are the things that are most important to me, and I think those are the things that were most important to many of the fans of the Dragon Age Origins game. And so I applaud BioWare for understanding that what many of the players want is story first, and then everything else, you know, is icing on the cake, or at least everything else is like second place from the story and the depth of and characters and your relationship with the characters, like in Mass Effect, basically. It's just really nice also, just in general, to see that BioWare is truly listening to the players. And a lot of people that I've heard reviews about Dragon Age have said the same thing. It really does seem like they're taking our feedback and taking it to heart, really paying attention to what people liked and what people hated about both Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. You know, that's why we got the races. You know, they really wanted to do races. They got some extra time. They extended the, you know, they made the release date. They pushed it further, you know, further into the future, and because of that, they were able to tackle races because they know we wanted it so badly. Now, the question then becomes, is there only going to be 3 races? Because there's rumors going on that there might be a 4th race, possibly a Qunari, which I think would be awesome. And if I well, not if, when I do a Let's Play of Dragon Age Inquisition, I'm going to be very tempted to play a Qunari just because it's shiny and new, but I feel like everybody else and their mother who's going to LP the game is also going to play a Qunari because it's shiny and new. And if you guys know me well, you know I try to go for the... I purposely try as much as possible to make certain decisions, not all, but certain decisions that are different from everybody else, from most other people, from most other LPers. So we'll see what'll happen. If we do get Qunari, I'm going to have a very difficult decision to make because I don't want to be a human for the reasons I've already given, and I probably don't want to be an elf, even though I love elves, because I was already an elf in Dragon Age Origins. So I'm thinking maybe I'll be a dwarf, or of Qunari if that's available. So, anyway, back to the whole open world thing. They're planning on doing an open world, but not really an open world. It's still like isolated areas, but they're massive isolated areas. I think it gives us the best of both worlds, and I think BioWare can pull it off. I really think they can. So, I think that another thing that I'm also excited for are the companions. Like I said, next to the plot, the companions are really the most important thing to me. And let's face it, who you get to romance. That's also a very big thing that's important to me because I think romance adds a very good amount of depth. And there's one specific thing. Look, Morgan! Morgan is coming back, as many of you have probably seen in the trailer. I'm really excited, especially since she is totally prego with Angelus's baby. And we don't know what exactly... Well, she was prego. She's not prego anymore. And I'm curious to find out exactly what role Morgan will play. It's been confirmed that she's not, unfortunately. Morgan's not going to be a playable character, but that's alright. She appears to have a very key role in the game. What that key role will be, whether she's good or bad, or evil, if I use that term loosely, or just somewhere in between, where I guess we'll find out later. But I'm very intrigued that Morgan's coming back because I think it will help a lot of fans from Dragon Age Origins who might have been disgusted by Dragon Age 2 come back to give Dragon Age Inquisition a try because there are, you know, some familiar faces from Origins that might have given them some positive reinforcement / memories of the game. But Morgan's not the only person who's coming back. According to the Game Informer article, it says, so there's going to be, in addition to Varric, oh gosh, Varric's coming, and Varric, I'm calling this right now, Varric better be romanceable. He better be. Him and his hot, smexy chest hair better be available for my Inquisitor. One way or another. I'm not promising necessarily, I'm not saying necessarily that I will, you know, for my Let's Play romance Varric, you know, with my Inquisitor. I'm just saying it's very tempting. I have to see who the other candidates are. But there was a huge, Varric had a huge fan base in Dragon Age 2. I think he was definitely one of the top favorite characters in Dragon Age 2, if not the top favorite companion in Dragon Age 2. And I remember reading all of these threads dedicated not only to his chest hair, but also people who were petitioning to let Varric be a romanceable character. A lot of people thought that that was a missed opportunity because Varric was such a great character. I mean, if Hawk was Varric's type, I mean, he probably would have been all over Varric. I mean, to be quite honest, I think a Varric romance would be, a Varric romance is probably what I would have gone for by default, because I tried all 4 of the romances in Dragon Age 2, and to be perfectly honest, they were all okay. I did not think that any of the Dragon Age 2 romances, you know, held a candle at all to compare to the Dragon Age Origins, to any of the Dragon Age Origins romances for that matter. And I tried all of the romances in Origins as well. You know, I felt that the romances in Origins kind of, you know, danced a circle around the Dragon Age 2 romances. Not that I thought the Dragon Age 2 romances were bad. It's just, I feel like we were so spoiled by how well executed the Origins romances were that when we got to the Dragon Age 2 romances, I don't know, I think they could have been done better. So, if Varric was one of the romances in Dragon Age 2, I think he would have probably won for me. But that's okay, because that means he's coming back for Dragon Age 3, or Dragon Age Inquisition. That's the thing, they don't want to call it Dragon Age 3, they want to call it Dragon Age Inquisition. They don't want to put a number next to the game, because they're planning on making a lot of Dragon Age games, and I guess they're trying to stop the numbering system so that they don't want it to necessarily be a sequential thing. I can see the reasoning behind that. It's just, you know, for people who are just learning about the series, they won't necessarily know which game comes after which game if they're not numbered. Like if there's a Dragon Age, I don't know, Sexy Party or whatever the next game's gonna be, it's not gonna be called that. But I mean, if there's another Dragon Age that comes up without a number and more after that, I mean, some people who are new to the series necessarily wouldn't not know which one is Dragon Age 3 and which one's Dragon Age 4. But we digress. I think that if BioWare does not let Varric, you know, be romanceable, I would find it very weird, since so many fans wanted it, and I know Mr. Laidlaw was fully aware of how many fans wanted Varric romanceable. Speaking of wanting to romance someone, the article says those are the only 3 confirmed returning characters at this point. Cassandra, like I said, Cassandra from Dragon Age 2 was someone who was mentioned. I think it's going to be really neat to have her in my party because she was pretty intriguing. I liked her attitude, and I liked the way she carried herself in Dragon Age 2. So it'll be interesting to have her as a companion. And then Varric, and then Morrigan. So those are the only 3 confirmed returning characters at this point, but others are certainly in the works. We saw evidence suggesting that a certain red-haired Orlesian and a fan-favorite Knight Captain could be poised for a comeback. Hallelujah! This is why I say hallelujah. Well, first of all, yes, I love Leliana. I'm pretty sure that article was talking about Leliana. I don't know if Leliana is going to be a companion. That'd be really cool. But even if she was not, and you saw her every now and then as a, you know, large supporting role character, I'd be cool with that, because Leliana is very sweet. I think it would be really weird if she became a romanceable option, though, because if your warden was romancing her, and then your Inquisitor, I don't think Leliana is the kind of person who would cheat. So maybe she would, if she was a party member and she was romanceable, I'm thinking based on her personality, she'd be the kind of the current Leliana. Maybe the old Leliana might have messed around a little bit, but I think the current Leliana would probably stay true to her warden if she had romanced him in Origins. So I don't see her being available as a romance if that happened, but if she's available, then maybe she could be romanceable for the Inquisitor, because Leliana's hot. Redheads. She's a redhead, so I automatically think they're hot. But even more exciting than Liliana, as much as I love her, is the Knight Commander, the fan favorite Knight Commander. I swear, if that's Cullen, if that Knight Commander is Cullen, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be, I am going to just go absolutely giddy like a schoolgirl, because I have wanted that man, Cullen, I've wanted that man in my party since Dragon Age Origins. Since the first time I played Dragon Age Origins, actually, because I played a mage. Female mage, actually. I played a female mage as my very first playthrough of Dragon Age Origins, and I adored Cullen. He was so adorable and cute in the origin story, and, you know, he got a little, a little jerkish, not too jerkish. I was a little forgiving of him. A little jerkish in the middle of Dragon Age Origins. And then in Dragon Age 2, I thought he was really cool. I loved Cullen. And, you know, the entire time I was thinking to myself was, if Cullen ever comes back for Dragon Age Inquisition, he better A, be in my party, and B, he better be romanceable. Because I want me some Cullen action with my Inquisitor. If both Cullen and Varric are romanceable party members, I'm gonna have a hard time, guys. I'm gonna have a hard time. I think for the first time ever, I'll be rolling a character who might be playing both sides, who might be playing and then having to decide later to choose between the two. I feel like, I tend to play characters that are very, very, not particularly promiscuous. I tend to play characters who are not that promiscuous. Clive is actually slightly promiscuous, but once he is in a relationship, he's going to stick with that relationship. He's not going to stray. But, in general, I don't know, maybe my Inquisitor would have to find himself or herself. It's probably going to be himself if it's going to be a gay Let's Play. It essentially needs to be. Might find himself in a little bit of a predicament, like love triangle-y, if Cullen and Varric happen to be romanceable characters and happen to be same-gender romanceable characters. I feel like between the two, Varric would definitely be up for a candidate as a same-gender romanceable character. I'm not sure so much about Cullen. I can see them not having Cullen. I can see them having Cullen be completely straight, which, if that happens, it's okay, because that's why I'm going to be rolling a female Inquisitor next after my Let's Play, just so I can go after Cullen. Female mage, because Cullen likes that. He likes that kind of thing. But if for some amazing happenstance both of them are available for a male Inquisitor, I'm gonna be in trouble, guys. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be in trouble. Mounts. We're gonna have mounts. It'd be nice if we had not only horses, because they showed in the video, but it'd be nice if we had griffins. Because griffins, again, ever since Dragon Age Origins, I wanted to see a griffin. And I think in the most recent trailer that I saw, the Gamescom trailer, you heard the sound at the beginning of hawks, or, some sort of bird, cawing. So I'm wondering if those are griffins. I don't know. We'll see. Other things that I thought was really interesting is the fact that we might have something in the form of a castle or a fortress as our home base, which pretty much acts like the camp was in Dragon Age Origins, or the Normandy in Mass Effect 3. That would be really awesome if not only your companions were able to stay in your fortress, but all of the other NPCs. Sandal and Bodan, for example. I hope Sandal and Bodan comes back. I'm pretty sure Sandal's coming back. Because Sandal, I think, has been hinted at as having a very... There's a lot more to Sandal than meets the eye. There's a lot more to Sandal, especially if you listen to him talking near the end of Dragon Age 2. He's the key to something. Especially with all of the things that he's able to do, not only in Dragon Age 2, but in Origins as well. So I'm excited to find out about Sandal. I'm kind of guessing that maybe Bodan we might not see, because he was sort of talking about in the end of Dragon Age 2, this is a little spoiler, he was talking about how he's getting old and he might not be around for very long. So I'm wondering if Bodan is going to pass on, if not by the time Dragon Age Inquisition starts, but maybe in the middle of Dragon Age Inquisitions. And that's probably going to be a Fields moment. I think that they're going to keep him alive until the middle of Dragon Age, you know, Dragon Age Inquisition, and, you know, give them an opportunity to have a Fields moment, because I think I would truly miss Bodan if he went. So that's just a, you know, prediction on my part. What else? I think those are the major things that stuck out at me, and this video is being about 30 minutes long. I'm trying really hard to just, you know, I'm sorry if this video is really jumbled. I think I'm trying really hard to record this in such a way that I don't have to edit it. I can just record it and then just put it raw onto YouTube, because quite frankly I'm really busy right now. I don't have time to really edit a lot of my videos because I'm doing so much other things along with my 1,000 subscribers scavenger hunt, and I have like 4 LPs going on right now, so I apologize if this isn't as polished of a video as you guys normally are used to, but I figured every now and then it might be nice for me to just film something raw and just to give you guys my genuine, you know, thoughts on Dragon Age Inquisition as they actually come into my head. So, but yeah, that's what I'm really excited about and very intrigued about. I'll probably make another video later on as we get even more information about Dragon Age Inquisition. So I guess in the comments below, you can tell me, I'm not going to promise anything, but in the comments below, let me know what class you would like me to pick for my LP, for my Inquisitor, and let me know which race you would like me to pick as Inquisitor. We can assume that, if you want to assume that Qunari is going to be one of the races, then by all means assume that Qunari is going to be one of the races. And then which character do you want me to romance? Knowing that this is going to be a gay let's play of Dragon Age Inquisition, and knowing that I am pretty much set to playing a male Inquisitor. If Varric is one, and if Cullen is one, I guess this might help me make a decision between the two. If you had to pick between Cullen and Varric for me, and I have kind of a feeling I know who's going to win. I have a feeling. But I'm just curious. I'm going to take a poll. Let me know which one of those two you would like for my Inquisitor to romance if both of them were available to a male Inquisitor. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I probably should go to bed now, because I'm really gonna feel this tomorrow morning when I wake up early for work. Sleepy Angel Arts is sleepy. Hope you guys are enjoying whatever videos you're watching, if it's Last of Us, if it's Earthbound VA Let's Play, if it's Dragon Age, if it's DuckTales, or if you aren't really watching any of them but are trying to work through my 1,000 subscribers scavenger hunt, which I recommend all of you to try. You know, all of you should definitely try it, because you never know. You might win, and even if you don't get to the end first, you're still able to, you know, be eligible for the drawing to get the exact same prize if you win. So, thanks a lot, guys. This is Angel Arts, signing off, going to bed. Until next time, folks, love yourselves and love each other.